Hey everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we solved some problems based on map and multimap. Today we are going to solve more problems. So our first problem is phone book. Means you have to create a phone book where you have to insert name and phone number. Right now, if we are talking about two types of data which is making relation, or we can say the name is associating with the phone number. In that case, we are going to use our map. Right? We first write name, then we will write here phone number. So you have to create a map where you will insert name and phone number. Our name will be key and phone number will be value. Now there is going to be key queries. Queries is basically like if you have a phone book, then someone asks find a person with the name of Alice, right? You will find a name with the Alice and give him the number. Then user can ask another query, find me the name of Bob. So you will find the name of Bob and give the number of Bob to that person. So basically queries are the questions other person is asking, right? Just like he is asking to find the phone numbers of these persons. Okay, so first you have to make a map where you are going to insert our name and phone number. Then you have to run few number of queries. Okay, it can be number of twos, number of threes, number of fours. Here we took the example of twos. So if the first queries come, means Alice, you will be printing the phone number of Alice. Okay, if the query for Bob came, so you have to print phone number of the Bob. Okay, so our input will be n. Okay, n will be number of users in the phone book. Then we will insert name, then phone number. Then after that we will create one more variable which is q, which is our number of queries. Then after that we will be finding data using name. Okay, so let's take example. Let's say we have three number of users. Then we have Alice, which has a phone number of 785. Then we have a Bob 12345. Then we have a Charlie 5555. Okay, so these are our inputs. Then we have number of queries. So our first query is Bob and second query is Alice. So when our queries runs, we will find the phone number of that keys. Means phone number of the Bob is 12345 and the phone number of the Alice is 98765. So these will be our output. Okay, so let's write our code. So first we have to declare n, right? Because we are taking number of users into the phone book. Then we have to declare our map. So our first type will be string. Then our second type will be int or string. Now the questions come, what should I keep it here, integer or string? So our phone number can be of 10 digit, right? So it is basically around 10 to the power 10, but our integer can only store up to 10 to the power 9, or we can say 2 to the power 31 minus 1, which is smaller than this 10 to the power 10. So integer won't be able to store our 10 digit number. In this case we have a only 5 digit number, so there won't be any problem. But for a safety reason, means whenever we are writing, try to write a program which can be used for any condition, right? You are not only writing code for yourself but other users. So in India it can be 10 digits, so equivalent to 10 to the power 10, and there is some numbers which is greater than 10 to the power 10, so the integer won't be able to store. So you cannot use integer here, you can use long or string. Okay, long stores up to 10 to the power 19. Okay, means it is the advanced version of integer. So in this case we are going to move with the string itself. Let's name it phone book. Okay, now let's run our loop. I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Then we have to declare two variables, name and number. Then we will take input name, then number. After that we will map them into the phone book. So here our key and here our value. Okay, it is similar to the previous question. Okay, now we inserted the value, means we completed this part. Now the remaining part, so we have to declare q, right, which is going to be a number of queries, while q minus means if we have a q equals to 2, it will check 2 minus condition is true. Then after running the loop it will decrease our 2 by 1 because it is decrement. Okay, then it will check 1 is true, true, right? Then our loop will run, then it will decrease and it will become 0. Then it will check, is this condition is true? No, it is false. So the loop will stop. So right, our loop runs exactly 2 times. So it is one way to write a loop using while. You can also use for loop, where you will be starting from 1 and going till the q itself, right? Like 1 less than equals to q, because in this case we have to run 2 times because we are taking 2 inputs. So that's why we can also write in this way. Now let's continue. Now in the first time you give the input of Bob, so what will happen? It will find Bob in our phone book. So we will write phone book dot find name not equals to phone book dot end. If that name is available in the phone book, we can print name as well as number. Okay, this is our whole code. Okay, so here we are taking input for a number of users, then here we are creating our phone book, and this is our loop where we are inserting users into the phone book. Then we have few number of queries, means first time someone asks find Bob, then it will try to find Bob. If it is available, it will print. If it is not available, it won't do anything. Okay, so now let's write our code. Okay, so we will keep it as it is, then let's change it. Phone book, our loop will run from 0 to n. Now let's declare our two variable string. First one will be name, then number, then we will take input name, then number. Okay, now let's insert into the map. Then here our key is name and the value is number. Okay, here phone book. Okay, so we created a map and inserted the data. Now let's declare queue, which is queries. Now let's run a loop which is running few number of queries. Then we will declare our string name, then scene name, then we will write a condition to find the name in that phone book. So we'll write phone book dot find name not equals to phone book dot end. Okay, now if this condition becomes true, we can print our name and our number at that name. Okay, this is our whole code. Now let's run it. So first we will insert our and then we will give name and phone number Alice. Okay, then Bob, then Charlie, then we will give few number of queries. Let's take 2. Then after that we will search for a Charlie, and okay, as I hit enter, it gave me the phone number for Charlie, but our loop will still continue because our queue is still not 0. So we will write again Bob, then enter. So here you can see, first I entered Charlie, it printed me Charlie and the number of the Charlie, and then I inserted a Bob. Here you can see the Bob I have written, which is POB, which is in small letter, but the Bob I used while inserting in the map, it was a capital B. So these two Bobs are completely different. So make sure the Bob you are using in the map and the Bob you are inserting, it should be a same name, including the small or capital letters. Okay, now let's move to our next problem. Multiple students with same marks. Okay, so in the previous problem we solved similar problem where we had a students and the mark, right? But they were unique because we were using roll number. In this case we have to store users with the same name and can be with the same number. Okay, so means if we have a allies of 90, there can be allies of 70 also. If we have a Bob of 60, there can be a Bob of 100. We are storing duplicate data also. Okay, for that we can use our multi-map, right? Because it will store data in a sorted way and also duplicate values. Okay, it will be similar to the previous code. Okay, so I'm not going to write our code here. I will tell you the changes. So in multi-map you cannot insert data with the key value like this because we have a multiple keys, right? Allies have 2 times, so it won't be able to figure out which allies we are talking. Okay, so in multi-map we use insert function to insert our data into the multi-map. Okay, and everything will remain same. Okay, let's go to our code and let's make some changes here. So let's remove it here, we don't need queries. Now let's take it multi-map, right? Then let's declare it as a then we are running a loop, then it will be a name itself and we can keep it a number, right? Because we are talking about mark, so we can take it as number itself, then name, number, then here we can remove our phone book and can write Now here you can see there is an error, no operator, right? Means we cannot use or insert into the map, we have to use insert function. so name then number. Okay, so that's the only one thing is different, which is this one. Okay, and everything will remain same. Okay, let's print our multimap. 4 auto 8 then cout 8 dot first, then 8 dot second, then next line. Okay, now let's run it. So first we will take number of users. Let's take 5. Then allies will have 56. Then another allies will have 89. Then Bob will have 89. Then Bob will have 56. Then Bob will have 03. Okay, so these are our inputs. Then let's enter. Here you can see these first 5 are our input outputs. Okay, so it is similar to the map itself, but we just used insert instead of key value. Okay, because there is going to be duplicate keys, so you cannot use key value, so you have to use here insert. Okay, now let's look at the different problems. Employees in same department means we have multiple department like IT, then HR, then sales, right? And different persons working in the different department. So Ella is working here, Bob working here, Charlie working here. Then in IT again there is Frank is working. Then in HR David is working. So our question is, you have to print persons which is belong to the certain department. Means if we are talking IT, then print all the employees which is in the IT. So in the IT we have Allies and the Frank, right? So our output will be Allies then Frank. Now you have to print employees which is in the HR department. So in HR department we have Bob and David. So we are kind of filtering the data. Let's say you are searching for IT, so give me the employees which is working in the IT department. So you are basically searching and printing the data. So our input will be, here we can take 5, right? Because we are taking 5 employees. Then we can take also query. So we can give queries equals to 2. So we can give IT or we can give sales. So it will print employees in the IT and it will print employees in the sales department. Okay, so let's write our code. So first we will declare our n. Okay, then we will declare our multimap, then string, then depart. Okay, because this is also a string, this is also a string. Then we will write our loop 0 less than n I plus plus, then string of department and name. Then we will take input d name. Now we will insert in the department dot insert d then name. Okay, now let's declare our queue which is our queries. Now let's run our loop while q minus minus. Okay, then we will take here d again as a input, then scene of d. Now there is a function which is available in the multimap. We already discussed when we are learning about multimaps, which is equal range. Means this data will be stored in a sorted, right? So it kind of become like IT, then IT, then HR, then HR, then sales. So there is a function in multimap which is equal range. So means if we are passing IT in this equal range function, it will print all the IT. Okay, let's see how we are going to use it. Now we will declare one more variable which is our range. Means in that range we will going to find our employees with that department. So department dot equal range, then we will insert our d here. Means if we are passing here d IT, then it will return me the range from which memory address to which memory address my IT is available. Now let's run our loop for auto 8 then range. This time we are iterating over the range because range is storing all the employees with the department of IT. Okay, because I am taking example of IT. Then it will print cout of 8 of second. Okay, so let's run our code. So here we will keep it same. Instead of department, okay, let department, let's d, so department name. Then here we have a employee name d, then here name. Okay, d then name. Okay, here will be department. So this is our multimap. And now let's declare our queries int q scene q, then while q minus minus, then we will department as an input, then we will find out the range, then department dot equal range of d. Means if we are passing HR into the equal range, it will return me the range of the employees which belongs to the HR department. Now we will iterate over the range. Okay, let me copy paste from here. So here we will write our range. Okay, now let's try to run it. Okay, we cannot use this loop here because we are iterating over the range, means we are iterating range dot first, then going till range dot second, we are not equals to, then it plus plus. Okay, and we cannot write like this also. Let's remove it and it arrow second. Okay, here it is returning the range of the department, and in that department we are starting from the first, then going till the end. Okay, so our loop is starting first employee of that department and the last employee of that department, and we are printing here. Okay, now let's run our code. So first we will give number of employees, then IT, Alice, then HR, Bob, then sales, Charlie, then IT, Frank, then HR, David. Okay, now we have to give number of queries. Let's give 2. Then let's find for the IT. Okay, for IT Alice and Frank is working, and let's give sales. For sales, Charlie is the only working. Okay, so it is basically kind of filtering the data. Okay, so most of the problems kind of similar, but you have to understand the syntax and how is the code working. Okay, once you able to understand how code is working, you will be able to write most of the codes. Until then, thank you everyone. Have a nice day.